Big Beezy, Big Beezy, Big Beezy. Oh my god, it's a Big Beezy show.
What's good, y'all? This your host, this your boy, Big Beezy, aka Bryce Johnson, aka Bryce BB Johnson. And on the Big Beezy show today, we got my dog, my brother from another mother, my brother from the grocery store. Back in the day when Beezy's worked at the grocery store.
Shout out to the Giant Corporation.
Shout out to Giant Food Corporation. Daniel, what's good?
Thank you for having me here, my brother. I've been looking forward to this moment for a while now. First,
All right, man.
say I'm chilling like a villain. I'm living my best life. Since the last time we talked, pretty much I've been staying in the grocery store grind. I'm working out for Trader Joe's, nice salary,
Yeah.
nice benefits, nice environment. I can't complain. And
Yeah.
I'm at least making money while we're all stuck in a pandemic. You know what I mean?
You got a job during a pandemic. That's all that matters, bro.
Exactly, man. Essential worker, get the frontline benefits and all that. So you know how it is.
Well, I appreciate your service, bro. Cause I'm back here in my pajamas at this moment right now. In my pajamas, just doing a podcast.
Hey man, you chilling cozy. You like ASAP Mob. You like the cozy boys.
Yeah, the cozy boys. All right, man. So let's start this podcast off, bro. Like I brought you on the show to talk about a variety of things, an array of things. But you know what I'm saying? We can start off introduce yourself. You know what I'm saying? Go beyond the
Well, all right. Let me give you a quick background. I was born and raised in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Well,
Yeah.
actually, my hospital was in Bayamon, which is a little far from San Juan. But for most people, it'll be simpler to say San Juan. Anywho, I was born and raised there for 17 years of my life. We moved here to the States, specifically to Virginia, around 4 to 5 years ago, more or less. I started freshman year college here in the States, my first fall here in America. So it's basically, since I graduated this last spring, it'll be coming up to 5 years now, pretty much.
Wow, I did not know that. I thought you came here during high school. You came here for college.
I came here for college. Basically, it was two and two. Originally, it was going to be for college, but then my dad got fired from his one job, but then he got a job over here in the States. So it was like the perfect opportunity. So
Yeah.
just had to jump on it.
Okay, so it was Virginia. Oh, got you. So you know
Yeah.
what? How you went to school in New Jersey, right?
I went to college in New Jersey. Yeah, Rider University.
How'd your family end up in Virginia?
Well, when my dad was doing applications and he had like his resume and just work history, I guess is the better word I want to use. Like he's got a nice work history. So when he was doing applications, one of the first places I notified him about the opening was down here in Virginia because he works for the government. So
Okay, that makes sense,
Yeah.
bro. It makes sense. Well, it's all glad how it works out because that's how we met, bro. Back
exactly,
in the
pretty much. It's pretty much, man. Because we never had thought that we were going to be living here in the States, and the culture shock and all of that was very difficult at first. Like my English has, like, you know how like people would always say like, oh wow, you got decent English for like a Hispanic or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I had the benefit. My mom was born and raised in New York, and she gave me a lot of that like English teachings. She, for crying out loud, she was my English teacher in middle school from 5th, 6th, and 7th grade.
What? Your mom was your English teacher? Jesus.
So yeah, just
She's a school teacher. That's what she does.
Yeah, she's a school teacher, and she does the same here, man.
Okay, that's awesome, bro.
Pretty
That's
much.
awesome.
Yeah. Fun fact is a short story, but she was the one that did the spelling bees at her school, and I will never forget it when it was the finals rounds. She gave me the longest word in the I guess the selection. The next two kids after me had gotten like 2 syllable words. So yeah, I was very tight.
Yeah,
that
she was making sure you stayed on your P's and Q's at all times, bro. You my son, but you're not gonna let this slide.
Yeah, no, but I can't complain. My family, I love them. We've all adjusted here now, and I mean, I can't complain, man. I'm living my best life right now currently.
All right, man. I appreciate.
And to Ryder, because Ryder,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you want to jump into that now, but Ryder was the one school that gave me the most money academically for scholarships. But then I walked onto the team and managed to last on the most specifically for people listening, the basketball team of the school. And I managed to last 4 years as a walk-on with eventual scholarships being added on. playing basketball.
I didn't know you were on scholarship there though for playing basketball.
It was like a small. It was generally just a small scholarship to help me. You know what I mean?
We could talk about that, bro. So you know what I'm saying, your basketball career, you made it up to D1, bro. Like,
Yeah.
how does it feel being a D1 athlete, man?
It's crazy, man. Not a lot of people can say that. Like and when they look back in their life, you see all the accomplishments, all the accolades and awards, and not even just things like that, just the things you did as yourself, like the things you did. I'm very happy I can say I actually did that.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. I'm really glad that you made it that far, bro. Because like it really shows like you can do all things you put your mind to it, bro. For me, I was a scrub at basketball. I mean, I love it dearly, but I was not. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't 6'5" like you, dog. Like
hey.
I didn't even make the high school team in basketball, bro.
Hey man, like my story is pretty interesting because like around 8th, 9th grade, I was height wise, I was like 5'5", 5'6" at most. So like I had a massive growth spurt that helped me. And then the second part of that is like freshman year, high school. I think that I was a bench warmer on the team. Junior year, I was sophomore year, I was still bench, but I was getting more minutes. By the time junior year came around, I was a starter, and then my senior year, I was the captain.
Okay, got you. So, what's some of your favorite basketball memories from back in the day? Not even college. We don't got to talk about college.
Back in the day, like it was like we had this one because in Puerto Rico, like the way high school basketball works, like there's only one tournament that matters, and it's the McDonald's tournament, and it's like imagine like a March Madness for high school.
Yeah,
so
dope
we managed. So we managed to take our school for the first ever representation in the McDonald's tournament my junior year.
Yeah.
We got matched against this powerhouse school in Puerto Rico, and we were like, everyone was a little Debbie Downer. You know what I mean? Everyone was like, let's try at least. Let's see if we can put up a good game. I was trying to keep up a positive mindset, and we forced the game to overtime, but we lost by 2. But it was a good game. It was one of my favorite games ever. Not just because of my like scoring or just overall play, but the way I was able to connect, I guess, or assist my teammates, like the passes we were doing, the way we were doing plays, running them like never seen before. It's like it was because everyone on the basketball team is legit just a small school in Puerto Rico, so we were all homies. We all knew each other like since we started, right? So it was legit just like the most synchronized and like connectivity and mentally and like on the court I've seen in my life in basketball with the homies. You know what I mean? So it was like pretty cool. Really awesome.
How do you compare playing basketball in Puerto Rico to basketball in the States, bro? Like what's the
difference?
Cultural, is there a cultural difference in terms of how they play basketball?
There is, in the sense that in Puerto Rico, at least when I was playing there, you know how like nowadays the 3-point shot is like a key in the NBA or at least in American basketball.
Yes, sir.
Like everyone shoots 3-pointers no matter. So Puerto Ricans weren't that big on it, even though fun fact, the Puerto Rican created the 3-point line. But
what? I listen to you every day, bro. What?
Yeah.
A Puerto Rican created the 3-point line.
Yeah, back in the 70s for the ABA.
Wow, man. I was just about to ask you. My next question was, what's like the best basketball player to come out of Puerto Rico other than yourself?
JJ Barea. You got chill. I'm nothing compared to JJ. Like that man, JJ Barea averages 37 points per game for our national team.
Okay. Really?
And he's the only Puerto Rican to have won a title because Carlos Arroyo didn't win it with LeBron that one year he was with LeBron. JJ Barea was the 6th, 7th man for those teams. He was like a spark plug averaging double digits from the bench. That was all he really could do. You gotta think about it. JJ Barea being the greatest player for Puerto Rico is crazy because he's 5'10", 5'11".
That's funny, man.
We as a country have had 7 3-footers in the league that only lasted a year. Like, you get what I mean? It's kind of funny to think about. Like, our greatest player of all time is this 5'10" kid that will just out hustle you.
Yeah, he's a beast.
But yeah, there's the cultural difference with basketball. Really, I would say there's a heavy emphasis on pick and roll here in Puerto Rico. You do a lot of pick and roll in here in the States, but it's a little more lenient how I grew up on it, right?
Yeah.
And it's in Puerto Rican, it's a lot of passing. And here in the States, in the States, I feel like depends on the system.
I feel like in the States,
it's a lot of dribble, but it depends on the system too, because you have very few teams that like to move the ball like that.
So you're
like
saying pick and roll is definitely way more prominent in Puerto Rico than here?
Yeah. I'm not trying to say that the pick and roll is better in Puerto Rico because of that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that from my experiences, every other play, every possession, legit was a pick and roll, pick and roll,
So
pick and roll.
did you ever consider playing professional basketball, whether it's going overseas, like out of college, or
I
you're not
always
that
thought
good?
about it, but like
Yeah.
at the same time, I wanted to focus on making some money firsthand because for me, in my opinion, I love basketball, but with all the injuries I've sustained in my life and just
Yeah.
the age that I'm at now as a 22-year-old, like I should have tried to done something like that earlier in my years, like when I was still in college. Not saying that I can't still try, but I just want to, like, basketball wise is my hobby, my passion. But for the moment right now, I don't know how to feel about going up because the only place I would do it would be Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
the BSN, because it's a very small league and it's very chill, and I could go back home. Hey,
Okay.
Fun fact, Phil Jackson coached in the city that I lived one for a couple years in Puerto Rico.
I remember Phil Jackson used to coach out in Puerto Rico. I did not know. Wow, I didn't know it was the same
Guaynabo,
city.
man. He was,
Wow.
yeah, Guaynabo, man. It was crazy. The greatest player in the NBA that's gone to Puerto Rico, I'd say, is Alonso Mourning. But imagine it's a 37, 38, 39-year-old Alonso Mourning, though.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Uh,
That's one of my favorite I say classic players because I'm a Georgetown and Duke basketball
Ooh,
fan.
Alonso Mourning, man.
Yeah, enjoy Alonzo Mourning did work for Georgetown. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, for Georgetown, because my podcast, I have a blunt talk. I like to talk
Yeah,
sports on,
let's
basically.
yeah, we'll get to that. So then going about talking about Rider University.
Yeah.
Uh, what's some of your favorite memories playing basketball for the school, bro?
Uh,
Were you a starter?
Nah, man, I was more like an eighth, ninth man. Like I was at the
Okay.
end of the rotation, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got some minutes. Don't get me
But
wrong. I
you
got some
played all
minutes.
4 years though.
Yeah,
Okay, that's dope.
yeah. Favorite memories.
Yeah.
Big man Freddie Scott. Shout out to the boy Freddie Scott. Made the buzzer beater against Penn State my sophomore year. Yeah, it was sophomore year because I was out with injury that like the second half of that season. That was my ankles were just not doing good that season. But yeah, I remember we went to Penn State and this man made the game winner and we won by one and it was like an actual not nationally televised but I think it was regionally televised like in
Yeah.
the northeast at least, so it was pretty
Wait,
cool.
were any of your games nationally televised?
That's the closest that we've been, to be honest. That one and the one time we
Wow.
played Oregon in the NIT, because the most we got was ESPN 3.
Yeah, but the farthest y'all went is the NIT. Like that was the biggest game y'all played against Oregon.
Yeah, that's the biggest game we played. God damn. I remember. I think it was the Chris Boucher Oregon Ducks, because Chris Boucher plays for Toronto now. He's killing it for them. I remember
Okay.
that kid. Like he's like a 6'8", 6'9" big man,
Yeah.
and me being like just a guard forward. I was like, oh shit, he can jump. Like I was like, damn, we got a problem. We played Oregon in the first round of the NIT my junior year, and we lost by 22.
But let's talk about you know what I'm saying, your podcast. Shout out Blunt Talk.
Baby,
The first podcast I ever been on early this summer. We
Yes,
chopped
sir.
it up, talk about my Ravens, and look what my Ravens did so far, man. Like
Hey,
nobody would
demolishing
have
the
thought
Tennessee Titans.
nobody would have thought they would have turned around and won a playoff game.
I really want to say I'm happy, but at the same time sad, because I kind of had the Titans as my sleeper team for this playoffs.
Yeah. Bro,
But
I'm a Ravens fan. I had the Titans as a sleeper team in the AFC too. I thought it was gonna be the Ravens, and however it worked out in the beginning of the season, I thought it was gonna be the Ravens and the Titans in the AFC Championship.
you're saying that because they had Henry, and Henry was, I think his name is Henry, and Henry was
Yeah,
a
Derrick
monster
Henry.
for them.
Yeah. But I
So I was
tweeted
just
it.
scared for you guys, but you guys dealt with it.
I tweeted in the beginning of the season. I said Ravens and Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. I don't know if it's gonna work out that way, but the Ravens go to the Super Bowl. I hope, bro. I hope.
Who you guys play in the next game?
We play with the Buffalo Bills.
Ooh, wait, no, don't the Bills play the Chiefs?
No, we play the Buffalo Bills.
Are you sure? Because the
Yeah,
bracket I saw the other day, I just forgot, but the bracket I saw said that they were facing the. Okay, interesting.
But yeah, bro. So let's talk about Blunt Talk, bro. Go ahead and talk about your podcast.
So pretty much the podcast so far, I have 2 seasons.
Yeah.
They're on YouTube and SoundCloud. Later on in the future, I want to have it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all of that. So that's in the works. But 2 seasons. The first season was 26 episodes. I've had a long range of from friends from college, from people that I know, to professors, to commentators, to personal trainers, to fitness gurus, to yoga people, to am I
You
missing
know,
something?
I'm a yogi, bro. I'm a yogi. Not mistake. No, I just picked it up during this quarantine, bro. I just picked it up. So you gotta have
Okay,
me
I
on to
like
talk
that.
about. You gotta have me on to talk about my my poses and stuff.
Nice, nice, nice. We'll do
Bust
that.
out a
Don't
little, bust out a warrior pose on the podcast. Next time I'm on that joint.
uh
But yeah, Blood
but
Talk is dope as hell, bro. I
yeah,
really do
man.
like Blood Talk,
I
bro.
really love it
It's a dope
because
show.
for me, man, I've always when not growing up, but really recently in my years in college, like I would always just be listening to people's podcasts, and I was like, okay,
Yeah,
this is dope because I can listen to someone talk, and maybe we had the same opinion or whatever.
yeah.
Even if we don't have it, it's still someone to listen to. And then in college, I was always like, you know what? I want to start a podcast. I can talk. I can talk a lot, man. So like,
Yeah, and you're definitely your podcast is a motivation for mine to keep it going because we got in contact and we just kept on chopping
yes,
about how I'm about
yes.
to get this off the ground, and then later, little did I know, well, our conversation led to the Big Beezy show. Like I would have
Exactly,
never
man. I'm
thought.
glad that I was able to help or at least help
Yeah,
or inspire or anything or motivate you in any way.
appreciate that for real, bro. That's what friends are for, though.
Of course, my G,
I
of
read. I
course.
think it's in
And
the. I think it's in the Bible. It says like brothers are born out of adversity.
yes,
That's a
that's
very.
something like in those
Yeah,
words. You are right. I just don't know the exact wording
I
though.
don't know the exact words, but yeah, that's it's
Yeah.
definitely something along those lines, though.
But
It's
for
true
the
though. Brothers are
podcast I've
born out of
done,
adversity.
I've done everything from the last episode I just dropped is a blunt talk Jeopardy. So I had
Yeah.
4 contestants and they all had to choose categories and questions and it was trivia. It was just really fun. It's the most fun I've had doing an episode, hosting it. I've also done playoff all-time NBA playoff debates. I've done all-time college debates, and I'll go because one of the teams I had was Georgetown, the all-time team. Starting off with your point guard Sleepy Floyd, dropping like 25
Okay,
points per
man.
game.
I knew you were into basketball, but I didn't know you knew basketball like that because I'm a sports junkie fanatic. I could tell you about Sleepy Floyd. I could tell you about Patrick Ewing. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
what I'm
grew up on that.
saying.
I
Trust
grew up
me.
on that, but I did not know like you know basketball to the T like that. Because a common basketball fan would not tell me about Sleepy Floyd.
That's
All
what
they
I'm
know is from
saying.
Georgetown.
That's what I'm saying. You got
Talk to me
Sleepy
about
Floyd.
Georgetown. Talk to me about Georgetown, then, bro. Talk to me about Georgetown.
You got your boy Sleepy Floyd averaging like
Yeah.
25 plus in college. You got the answer. Yes, I said the answer. Allen
Yeah.
Iverson, that's the shooting guard. Now your
Okay.
small forward positions where you're a little weird. Do you go with Otto Porter? Do you go with Jeff Green? Those are the only two.
I personally go with Jeff Green.
Jeff Green. I feel like Jeff Green with a veteranship, like, and he's been in the league and playing basketball for so much longer than Porter has. Like, I feel like he would be better suited for like a role player because you don't need that. And you can put a backup point guard, Mac McClung. Shout out to the McClung.
Shout out to McClung. I definitely mess with McClung.
And now the big guys is where your guys are not lacking. What's the opposite of that? Bro, you guys have so many big guys. Roy Hibbert, Patrick Ewing, Greg Monroe, Alonzo Mourning.
Dikembe Mutombo.
Dikembe Mutombo's the sixth man.
Literally, bro. It doesn't. Yeah, our back row, Patrick Ewing. Yeah, it goes. The list goes on, bro. Then our coaches, bro. Like, a couple.
And Patrick Ewing's the coach now. He's doing a decent job in building that program together. I just feel like they should have kept Matt McClung.
Yeah, but college is different too, because like it's not a franchise. Like players are definitely on their free will in college.
Yeah. Oh, he transferred. He transferred.
Yeah,
That's legal. That's as legal as it is. He transferred fair and square. Man.
Exactly. Good luck to Matt McClung though. Shout out Matt McClung if he ever watches this show.
Yeah. What else have I done? I've done debates in sense like Michael Jordan versus Kobe Bryant or LeBron James. Like I have a whole episode that's the LeBron versus MJ debate. I've done the Leo Messi versus Ronaldo debate. I'm looking for the right moment to do like a Tom Brady and GOATs of NFL debate. You get what I want?
Who you get? Ronaldo versus Messi.
Oh, at the end of the day, I said Ronaldo is my choice.
Okay. It was a very in-depth show though. It was just you on
oh
the
my
podcast.
goodness! It was the Ronaldo and Messi episode was the 4th ever episode I did, and I had my cousin, and he's a diehard soccer guy. So and he's been in it longer than me, so I knew it was going to be a good episode because he would whatever I would have messed up or something like my facts, he would have been like, no, you're wrong because it actually was this many goals he scored or something like that.
Yeah, and then who you got versus MJ versus Kobe? I mean,
MJ beats Kobe and MJ beats LeBron in my viewpoint.
So MJ's the GOAT in your opinion?
Yeah.
Is he just recently the GOAT? Like after you watched the ESPN documentary, or he always been the GOAT for you?
All these younglings, man. All these younglings be forgetting about the stuff Michael Jordan did. That Last Dance helped.
Come on, now, bro. You're 21. I'm 20. Don't play with me.
No, but you're not understanding. I've seen all the footage. I've seen the highlights. I've seen the games. I've seen the stats. I've seen everything.
Okay.
You gotta understand this. All right, for example, in the LeBron, in the episode I did for the LeBron and Jordan debate, for example,
That was the first episode, right?
that was my fifth episode in my
Okay.
podcast. But the thing is, basically, I went by step awards, accomplishments, how far they got into the playoffs and things like that. The thing that matters to me the most was this: when you look at how many All-Star teammates Michael Jordan had, he only had Scottie Pippen with 2 All-Star selections, and he only had B.J. Armstrong with 1 All-Star selection. Horace Grant didn't get.
Wow.
Yeah,
you only had 2 teammates with all-star selections?
Yeah. You know how many LeBron's had?
A lot.
He's had double digits.
A lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Dwayne Wade, Ray Allen,
Chris Bosh, Kevin Love, Kyrie
Irving,
Anthony Davis.
Golly.
Mo Williams was an all-star 1 year too. Don't forget about that. So that's the thing. No, but that's the thing. So for me, like that kind of does it in a sense. You see what Jordan did with people that weren't recognized. So it was all Jordan. LeBron's had so many people to support and help him, and sometimes he fails too.
Yeah,
that's my viewpoint.
I see what you're saying, bro. No, that's a very valid viewpoint, and man, we had many of these debates back in the grocery store, bro, too.
And there's two. I hate to interrupt you, but there's 2 things I want to point out. I hate debating sometimes on who's the greatest in a specific sport sometimes, because most of the times the people that are considered to be all in that Mount Rushmore are in the same position or didn't do the same task or jobs in their sport. Because LeBron was a small forward and Jordan was a shooting guard. Like I would understand comparing Kobe with Jordan because they both played the same position, right?
That is a very true point too. Yeah, definitely.
The
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah. The second thing is, in a sport like basketball, it's kind of, I don't want to curse, it's kind of messed up when you think about it because the eras of basketball are so different to each other. Like you put Bill Russell, who was like one of the greatest players of all time that won 11 championships in the 60s, 70s, right? And you put him in today's NBA, you don't know if he would be good. But if you put Steph Curry in the 60s and 80s with no 3-point shot, would he really get all those numbers? Like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to...
And those different type of fouls back then too, bro. Like now, you know what I'm saying? Back, what was it, 90s, 80s bad boys, bro? Like they were clotheslining elbows. Like it was like a wrestling match. Like it looked like WWE more than the NBA, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, yo, rap, call me Lil Yachty 2.0. Oh, no, I'm kidding. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I've been rapping and freestyling since I was like in high school with the homies. It would just be one thing we would do. And it's interesting because I went from freestyling and rapping in Spanish to going to college. And then my homies be like, oh, no, we don't want none of that shit. I'll snap in your language, baby. I'll snap in your language. One take. Ready? Okay. I'm flowing like I'm overthrowing a king in his coronation. This is what I call a lyrical assassination. But let me just say this. I'm feeling like I'm the GOAT, and like LeBron said himself, I want my damn respect if you won't give it to me. I'm coming straight to your neck, cause I gotta rep the set, cause I gotta represent for all my people out here in Puerto Rico. I got 0 amigos. Everybody here is my enemigo. If you go, we go. Getting to the money like we Robert De Niro. If I get the money, then my brothers get the money. Everybody wants you when you get the money. That's why I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. That's how you know who's real and who's the poser. Cause I'm not pretending, my flow is never ending. Just like my Hall of Fame speech, never ending. I'm an all-star, superstar, entertainer. World-class, first ballot Hall of Famer. Put my name in this game like a seamstress. Broken so many records they don't even bother. And recording all my accolades, awards, and accomplishments. Energizer Bunny, my power's never ending.
Okay. you were freestyling back in Spanish, bro?
Yeah.
That's tough. So what's your name on SoundCloud, bro? What's your rapper name?
My rapper name or my artist name for say it better, Young Leo. It's a play on the fact that my uncle is Leonardo de Anda and my second name is Leonardo.
Okay, got you. And so it just started off as just something you did for fun back with the homies,
Pretty much. I mean,
and then
before
like
back
you
in the
just
day, I was known as Young Chapo, but then as I grew older, it was like, okay, let's take it more serious because Young Chapo doesn't have the most nicest connotation to it.
young Chopper.
Because old Chapo, it was a joke. People
Yeah,
liked it. People liked
yeah,
it, but I mean, it's whatever. And now
understood. So when you
I'm mature. I'm mature. But yeah, the SoundCloud portion of it, I never really got into the making of music until like senior year of college, and my roommate was really big on that because he's been doing SoundCloud since like high school, and he's really good. He is really good. Uh, like he's probably the greatest rapper I've heard. Rapper, not musician, artist, or music song maker. He's the greatest rapper I've heard in my life. But
wow, better than you.
that, that's because he was my college roommate, and I would every day I would walk back from class and be like, "Oh, I need you to hear all these two songs I just made." I was like, "How the fuck do you make two songs like that? Like
This
it's
is every
nothing."
day. This is every day.
Like almost every day, bro, there would be something different he'd be working on, like songs, lyrics, a
Jeez.
beat, and I'd be like, "God damn, man!"
Is he
Like,
still at it right now? Like
oh,
that's his,
bro, he
yeah.
just dropped his mixtape. I'm messing it up. He dropped it like a couple months ago.
Okay, yeah. Send that to me. Go
Oh,
ahead, shout him out.
oh, I will. Shout out to Next G, homeboy. I got you, Brody. I got you,
Yeah,
baby.
definitely, definitely. And then in terms of your rap career, who are some
But
of your
yeah,
influences in rap, bro?
well, you know how it is. My mom from Brooklyn, so I gotta say, Joey Badass played a big part in it. Cause
Yeah,
money ain't a thing. If I got it, I won't spend. Jay Z a little bit, cause I like JC. Big
yeah.
Pun, cause Puerto Rican in me.
I
People
love
like
Big Pun.
people like. I guess I could say Logic just because of the way he can do the choppy flow. When I try to do the choppy flow, I try to emulate Logic, and I've also been told I kind of sound like Logic when I rap fast. Uh, who is another person I could say? Nas is another person that like I listened to a lot, and I just took a lot of what he was saying and tried to emulate it in my own way too.
I
I
mean,
want
you're
to say
naming all
J
the
Cole,
goats,
but
bro.
like I want to say J Cole, but I mean I'm not at the J Cole level of storytelling yet.
Yeah,
But I
you're
like
naming
J
all
Cole.
the
I love
goats.
J Cole,
That's
and you know this. I love J Cole,
yeah.
so I'll say J Cole. Why not?
Gotcha. So yeah, you're naming all the ghosts. That's a good list to look up to, bro, and to put all that to your game. But yeah, if you can get, bro, I only can imagine if you can, because you named a variety of rappers, bro. You name from Big Pun to Logic, bro. Like talk about flows, incredible. Yeah, but
I don't
Big
want to
Pun
be a player
especially,
no
bro.
more.
Big Pun especially, like that is real rap, bro. That is real rap.
Big Punisher. Ba-dun-dun-dun-dun.
I wish I knew Spanish, bro. So like I could just. I wish I knew Spanish, bro, so I could understand like Latino rap and everything, bro.
Yeah, the Latino rap scene is pretty weird because it's mostly just trap nowadays, at least in my country, in Puerto Rico. Like,
Yeah,
people like you've heard the Bad Bunnies before and all those other artists coming from
yeah.
Puerto Rico, but they're really not like rappers. They're more like trap artists in the sense they make more like the trap music. It's not like they're going to be the most lyrical. They do have some lyrics. It depends on who you're asking for, but it's mostly the scene in Puerto Rico is really just heavy on the trap.
Yeah, I mess with Bad Bunny, Daddy Yankee.
Yes, that's the different. That's the
Yeah,
problem because Daddy Yankee was an OG, and he's my OG in my point of view. Like I love Daddy Yankee till the day I die. His music, he's an icon. He's a legend. He's part of the reggaeton scene, which people believe because reggaeton is most. It's not exactly because in reggaeton you'll be rapping, but you're not rapping trying to be lyrically. You're rapping trying to sound sonically. Like you want it, whatever you're saying to be fitting with the beat instead of actually telling a story or just
then you got
rapping or
Mr. Worldwide, Mr.
Mr.
International,
Worldwide Pitbull, the Cuban, yo.
Pitbull,
Pitbull.
Pitbull,
Hey,
man.
I'm
What you
a
about
shout out one
Pitbull?
guy that is on the come up. His name is Mike Towers, and the kid's got bars. He's
I
actually
think
got
I heard of
bars.
him.
Yeah, you probably have.
Yeah.
You probably have. Yeah, he's from Puerto
Okay,
Rico, man.
that's fire. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
And
but
then
he's
you
one
want
of
to
the
come
up
up.
and
You
coming
want to
guys.
come up too, bro. Putting Puerto Rico on the map even more.
Hey, man. Hopefully, that's the dream, man.
When's the mixtape coming out?
It's definitely coming out this year.
Okay.
I'm in the finishing parts of the tape. I just got one more song I got to do, add it in. No, that's a lie. I got two total songs I got to do to add it in there, and a little bit more mixing, and it should be done.
Young Leo, can't wait to check you out, bro. Hey,
Hey,
Young
no off
Leo,
season, baby. No off
no
season.
off
That's the name of the
season.
tape.
No off season. I feel you. Oh, that's a dope name, bro. That's a dope name.
Yeah, and I got the picture. I mean, not to do spoilers before the launch, but I mean at this point, I don't even know when the launch is gonna be. So the cover picture is me on the me sitting on the basketball court with a basketball in my hand, and that's pretty much it. It makes perfect sense. No off season. I'm on the court sitting with a basketball in my hand.
Yeah. So no off season coming in 2021.
Pretty much.
Man, I'll be ready for it, bro. I can't wait for your success, bro, and everything that you're doing.
Yes,
life,
sir.
bro.
I
You about to take
appreciate it, man.
things.
I really
And,
appreciate it.
Much success to Blunt Talk. Much success to your artist career. Much success to anything you want to get into, bro. For real.
Thank you, man.
But it's the Big Beezy show, and I'm glad to have you on it, bro.
Woo!
I'm my dog.
Beezy. Big Beezy. Big Beezy. Oh my god, it's the Big Beezy show.
Baby, I know that I got you. Mama, I know that I got you. I'm the good, I got to. The way that I would on my mind too. Baby, I know that I got you. Mama, I know that I got you. I'm the good, I got to. The way that I would on